So hello and welcome to a Film Mixologist, the place on the internet thingy where we like to keep things in the family. Case in point, this what I've got here with me, and what this is an inlet manifold for a Fiat X19 1.5. This is the inlet manifold, and here I've got a Weber 234 DMTL carb. And what I'm going to be doing is I'm going to be building this unit for my cousin, and because he has kind of a car that he has kind of built specifically to teach his kids how to drive a racing car, and it's based on the Fiat 128. So maybe at some point in the channel, hopefully around November, December this year, I might be able to kind of go out there, do some videos and that kind of stuff, because he lives he lives in another country, so it's logistics are a little bit complex. But what I'm going to be doing in this episode is I'm going to be doing all the initial disassembly and cleaning of all these things, plus the race tuning of the carb. So what I'm gonna be doing now is I'm gonna be doing the initial baselining and show you kind of what we're working with, what's the condition of the unit at the moment, what's all the things we have to do, which we have a fair chunk of things to do anyway. So let me bring you a little bit closer so that I can show you what I'm working with. Okay, dogs, so let's start with the easy bit, which is the manifold. And this is your kind of standard kind of Fiat manifold for the X19 1.5, which was the kind of the coupe, Italian coupe style by Bertoni, which was a really nice looking car if you like your wedge shaped sort of motors. And what this is essentially is the standard Fiat manifold, but with a 2-barrel carb, and that kind of is the current configuration in my cousin's car. It's kind of manifold similar to this, but with only one hole, because it got a 1-barrel carb. So obviously moving to a 2-barrel carb is gonna increase kind of the performances quite significantly. And it's one of those things that is sometimes you can gain more performance just by going the next up in your standard factory items. It's a classic upgrade that people do with cars, that they have V8 and they put better heads, better pistons, still standard, and this is exactly what we're doing. So we are changing up to a slightly better manifold, but it's still a standard manifold, and we should see a little bit of kind of extra performance coming out of that car. But first we need to clean this up, get it nice and clean, so that it can be installed. So that's one. And then number two is this 3234 DMTL carb that I had quite frankly for quite a long time here in the workshop. And so what I'm going to be doing is, if you look at kind of here, the main thing that we're going to be working with is the shafts. So on this side we're going to completely eliminate this, so to create a lesser restriction to airflow than what it is at the moment. And in here also we're gonna do a little, not eliminating this side because that's too much, because look, it's got a double spring in here, so I wouldn't necessarily kind of want to do that. However, I mean, it's still something that we need to explore. But there's still a lot of potential for improvement in flow if we give this a little bit of a shave. So we put this on a diet, so we're gonna get more flow through the primary and the secondary, and we have got some opportunities here because this is going to be for a kind of racing car. It doesn't need a choke, so we're going to eliminate the choke. We're going to eliminate all of these things which it doesn't need. So that's kind of the laying out of the project. What is it that we need to do with it? So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to disassemble this and start to kind of clean it out a bit. So at this point in time, I think it's a good juncture to show how things are not great, but not terrible either. So let me show you what the main problem is on this unit. And for that I need to bring you a little bit closer. Ta-da! So this is a little bit of a problem. As you can see, the secondary shaft. I tried to every trick in the book to take out the screws, but it just wasn't working because they were rusted solid to what was the shaft. Now this looks bad, but it's not terrible either, because again, I was going to take this off anyway, but what I'm trying to do here, as you can see, is I'm trying to take this off without destroying the bottom of the shaft or the throttle plate. Yeah, so that means that I had to grind the shaft completely here, and I'm coming to the end of it. And now what I'm going to do is I'm going to try to drill through here and here a couple of small holes, just to see if I can get as much material out of here as possible, and then I'll be able to basically slide the throttle plate out like that, and then I can take the shaft out. So that's kind of a bit of a pain in the ass, but I looked around for shafts and they're very difficult to obtain, so that's why I'm trying to kind of save on it. Okay, that was much harder work than it needed to be, I tell you, but there we go. We got the shaft out. We got sort of a surviving throttle plate. So now it's time to clean all this stuff which is in a right state. So welcome to Uncle Juan's digital flow bench, literally fingers. Now, because one of the things that I've done with this manifold is just go through and identify if with my fingers I can feel any like obstructions or sharp edges or that kind of stuff. And it does have one tiny one around here, there, but other than that, this manifold is really good. Now, one of the things that I need to kind of stress, and this is important, that this isn't going to give you more flow, no. But what we want to achieve here is we want to just obtain whatever flow the item was designed to provide. That's what we want. So by removing the sharp edges and doing this work that I'm about to do, I'm not tuning the manifold. I'm just merely cleaning it up and making sure that whatever it was designed to give in terms of flow, that I will get that. Yeah, it's quite important, because this should be good enough. But I'll give you so this manifold actually is pretty darn good in terms of its casting. But I'm gonna show you one that is, you know, pretty poor in its casting, and I'll show you kind of how to clean it up a bit. Hopefully you can see it kind of there. If I point the camera there, you've got this, that is a whole ridge between as well, like the casting is made, and it's like sandwich in here and here, also around here and here as well. So all of this stuff you would have to kind of remove it. And in fact, I've got another video on the channel about how to do this on this manifold. This is an MG Maestro manifold, and I've done it in the channel before, so you can always go back and see that, what I've done. But anyway, the idea of this really is to kind of get rid of the casting imperfections. Another one, if you can see it there, look there. Yeah, that divot over there, that needs to go if I was doing this here. But again, this isn't about necessarily kind of porting or increasing the performance. No, this is just cleaning this up to make sure that whatever flow that it was designed to provide from the factory, that you get that. That's all it is here, folks. So let me just do that little work, and we should be ready to go on the manifold. So it's been months since I haven't, or at least kind of touched on the channel this project here. This is the 3234 DMTL for the Fiat 128. However, I have been rather busy in the interim when I wasn't filming. So I'm going to show you kind of a couple of all the bits that I've been doing in this unit, and hopefully I'm going to start the process of reassembly. But first let me bring you a bit closer, because I've got a couple of things that I need to show you, the things I've been doing. This now the body of the carb is absolutely clean as a whistle, as it should be. And I don't know if you can see it there, but what I've done is this carb is a 2425, so 2425, but I went in with a 26 kind of drill bit, and I've expanded this to 26, so now it's 2426. And also, one of the things I did, I managed to, and you're not going to believe this, I managed to rescue the original kind of throttle plates and throttle the shaft, and also the throttle plate of the carb, and I did this chemical blacking of both shafts. Obviously this shaft, as you might not be able to see because it looks like if it was factory, but it isn't, because I've taken out all of this here, because before it had like a hump. And also, as you can see a little bit here, I've taken out a bit. So the idea of this is to make the shaft much lower profile, and that is going to be, you know, much better for the unit. Yeah. So, and also I've been busy also buying some other parts. So basically the jets it came with for the idle, I think it came with with 50 and 60, so I bought kind of 65 55, so we're gonna go a little bit kind of slightly bigger on the jets. And also I found that I've got kind of a set of kind of 145s, and the original jets were kind of 130s. So I've done a lot of work on this. So now it's time to see if I can try to slam the unit together. Obviously I've got myself a quality kit from Webcom. Actually, I can't recommend this kit enough. These guys are absolute mint. I'm not getting paid for it. This is not sponsorship. I paid with this kit with my own money, but when I have to get something done properly, I get this sort of kits because they are brilliant. So what I need to do now is I'm going to try and see if I can set the throttles and that would be really like a major leap forward for this process if I can get that done. Okay, so I think we're getting to the end of this project. I'm going to show you all that I've done now, because I've got all the throttles, all the kind of calibratable bits, and the needle and seat assembly, brand new float, if I can get the words out. So I've got nearly everything, so I just need to kind of put this thing on, just slam it back together, and we're golden. First, check out the throttle action. This is absolutely mint. Look at this. Whoa, brilliant. So now kind of what we need to do now is, and obviously I put new accelerator pump, I put the jets, new kind of idle mixture screw, and we've got obviously a brand new needle and seat assembly. The float, now it's okay. So I think, do you know what, we're golden. We just need to kind of get on with it and just assemble it. Mint! Check this beauty out. I wanted to put it on a Fiat manifold to make sure that the thing would work, would fit, and that kind of stuff. But actually, look at this. Absolutely mint. Because I was worried that I was gonna get kind of clearance or interference issues here. But you know, with two gaskets, it looks like it's gonna be mint. I'll show you a bit closer. So here you see that it actuates kind of perfectly. It sits really well within the manifold. Obviously it needs the screws, but this is just presenting it for the time being, so that's okay. So there you go, kind of end of the project. So I wanted to say thank you very much for watching this episode. If you've got any questions or comments, kind of put it down in the comments, and if not, I'll see you on the next episode. I may or may not be able to do a video about me and my cousin kind of installing this in a car, maybe in his car, maybe not, but we need to determine that further along. But for the time being, this is gonna be all, folks.